Alright, so we're picking up Sydney for the first time from school in the Ferrari. We'll see if she thinks it's embarrassing or not. I actually feel, I don't know, for some reason, slightly douchey that I'm pulling up to her school in this car. I don't really know what that's about, but whatever. She can't find it. Come on. Are you blind? So do you think it's cool, or do you think it's kind of embarrassing to be picked up in a Ferrari? Huh?
Embarrassing.
Is it embarrassing?
Oh yeah. Woo!
Look here, you can put your bag up here.
Oh, everyone's looking at us. The
They're
bus.
not. Oh, the bus. What are you doing? Do you want me to? Do you don't want me to pick you up like this anymore?
Yes. Go.
Yes.
Yeah. Go. Ride to the wind, like. Go. And everyone's looking at us.
How's your day?
Good.
Good. So, do you think it sounds better than the AMG? Or
Way. I love this car.
you love this car? Oh, look at that.
Thing is, it doesn't have a riser where it like rises me up. Like.
No, it's a race car. You gotta rev a little bit. What do you think of the revs? Embarrassing. Hey there. How are you guys?
Hello.
You drive faster than I do in your minivan, I do. So, now both ladies of the family has gotten a proper introduction to the Ferrari F12. Picked up Sydney from school, and I know she enjoyed it, but she also thought it was semi-embarrassing. That was really funny. But before we continue on with today's video, I want to give a special shout out to my very own sister. Some of you guys might remember when I went to Sweden in January to surprise my parents. I flew into Gothenburg, spent the night with my sister and my adorable nephew Cliff, and then we drove up to the city where my parents live in a horrific snowstorm. But anyway, during that time that we drove up there, I did give you guys a sneak peek of her first single. It was not out yet at the time, but it is now. So I want to give a special shout out to my sister for achieving one of her lifelong goals and dreams, which is music. Her single is called Colder. She goes by the name of Lisette, which is a nickname of her name, Elise. It's available on any streaming site, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, what have you. So I'm going to leave links to Spotify and iTunes in the description below, because that's what I use personally. Please go and check out my sister's first single, Colder. It is really, really good. I'm not just saying that because she's my sister, but the song is really good. So definitely go check it out. And here is a preview.
Had a feeling from the last time I saw your face that our love was over.
Now we're going to jump back into the F12 because, as I've said before, one of the reasons that I wanted this car is, of course, the 6.3 liter V12 and the way it sounds and everything, but it's also extremely practical. I have to go to Costco. We got to pick up a bunch of stuff for the house, and we're going to test out how much room this thing actually has. And on the way there, we'll do some POV driving, of course. Oh yeah. And you see that check engine light, it stays on for about 5 to 10 seconds. It's like a system check type thing that it does every time you start it up, and then it goes right away. All right, so right here we have the Manatino. We have wet mode, I've never used that. We have sport race, CT off, ESC off. I've never used these two either. Turn signals right here, big carbon fiber paddles right here. It is an amazing place to be, that's for sure. So here's something we're going to talk about while we're at this red light here, and why this car needs an exhaust. Although it sounds so good, but it only sounds good when it gets up in the RPMs. Watch this. See, pretty quiet. There we go. As soon as you get right over 4,500, that's when the valves open up on the car, and that's when it really sings. So this car has so much potential when it comes to the glorious, beautiful V12 sound, but in stock format, you know, there's no button to open and close the valves. The car does that on its own, but you have to get up in the rev ranges, and that, you know, when you're just cruising around town, can be kind of annoying because I want to hear the sound. Oh my God! It's got so much power. It's, I mean, corny to say too much, but it's got a lot of power. And I'm already gotten used to the turn signals being right here, because I usually have a 9-3 grip, and then they're right here, horns here if I ever need it. And 509 pound-feet of torque is definitely noticeable. I mean, the naturally aspirated feel is very different from, you know, the bi-turbo type of experience that you had in the AMG. I'm just so happy that I get to experience owning a naturally aspirated and V12 at that car before these type of engines are completely phased out. You know, every manufacturer, even supercar, you know, manufacturers and brands are, you know, downsizing. But you can't beat the raw feel of a naturally aspirated engine, even if it's not, you know, a V12, but even like a V8. I love it. I mean, I'm hardly pressing the gas pedal there. It's so quick. All right, so here we are at Costco. Everyone goes to Costco, and we all know when we go to Costco, you don't come out with like 1 or 2 tiny little items. It's usually a lot of stuff. So we're gonna put her to the test. But walking around in there is kind of boring, so yeah. All right, so we have paper towels, we have toilet paper, we have water, butt wipes, cat litter, Agave, Advil PM, and Advil. The regular Advil, because I am a pain in the ass for my wife. And look at all this room. Gotta move my little camera bag out of here. Can lift this up as well. And voila, look at that. Look at all the stuff we got in here. Cat litter, paper towels, toilet paper, maybe the other way around, butt wipes, Advil, Agave, water, Ferrari F12s, ladies and gentlemen. Putting family sedans and weird SUVs the same size as family sedans to shame since 2012. All right, big thanks to Costco. Give them a couple revs. Oh, we got an underpass. Yes! So we can literally say that the F12 is now a grocery getter as well. And she does it pretty good. Now, a lot of people have been asking when I'm going to tint the windows on the car. It actually already has tinted windows. I don't know, you know what percentage? I think it's 35, but yeah, it looks pretty good, especially on a white car. The contrast is, you know, a lot greater, black and white. It also has full paint protection film over the whole car. I mean, even the roof. So that's very nice that, you know, that's not something I have to think about. You can see here, some of it peels off here and there. Like right here, it's got a little mark, and I'm sure that that was something hitting the car at some point. So it's just a very nice thing to have. Here is a little mark as well, but that's in the paint protection film. So instead of getting it on the actual paint, get it in film. So even here, the door handles, everything's wrapped. So I stopped by my old place of work where everything started with the channel. I picked up my buddy here, Brian, take him for a
What's up?
So you ever been in a Ferrari before, Brian?
No, sir. This is the first time, so I'm very excited. Excited for my buddy
shit.
here, but well, it's a good sign to our first ride.
Yeah, that's not the best timing.
At least they're going that way. Yeah, it's a little quick.
I mean, I don't know what it feels like from the passenger seat, you know?
It's like
I anticipated, but
probably like the fastest roller coaster you can go on, but like before they tell you that shit's gonna go off. Yeah, like it'll pull your neck back a little bit. It's just nasty acceleration.
That's just third gear.
Yeah, that's just.
I know, it's pretty nasty.
And okay.
Yeah, but I have it in sport. If I had it in race there, it would have not completely shred tires, but it would have let loose a little bit.
Right.
This is the best. You can hear the sound. Well, it sounds like a Formula One car.
Old man gave me the nod. It's no town and country, bud, but it'll do. It's no town and country, bud, but it'll do. Glad I didn't eat lunch before we did that.
That's my buddy Brian. He works at Moon Township Ford. I didn't see his facial expressions while we were doing the driving shots, but I've been editing that footage, and that was hilarious. It's a lot of fun letting other people, you know, get somewhat of an experience of the F12, because this thing is stupid fast. But to end the video here, once again, I want to congratulate Mike from Washington State, who won the Mercedes C300. He's actually coming here in June, and he's going to bring his whole family, and they're going to take a road trip back to Washington in the Mercedes C300. I think that is so super cool to do that. I think it's just awesome that someone's going to get really good use of this car. We've had all the wheels refinished for him as well. They look brand new. So yeah, Mike, you're getting a really good car. I'm happy for you, bud. And I think I need to do more reaction videos in the F12, because that was hilarious to watch. So yeah, I need to find some people who want to take rides in the F12. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you're stopping by for the first time and you haven't already and you want to, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye-bye. I mean, I don't know what it feels like from the passenger seat, you know?
It's like
I anticipated, but
probably like the fastest roller coaster you can go on, but like before they tell you that shit's gonna go off.